Boom.
All right, race fans, welcome. We're here tonight, and let me tell you, we're crowning a champ here at the Sim500 Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series, and it's pretty much winner going to take all. And I tried to look up the points, but I think it's down. Obviously, we know Daniel Falkenham, top guy, he's in it. I was trying to look. See. We can actually find points for you.
Green, green, green.
It's coming to green. Here we go. What do you think, Alex?
Man, Atlanta, I think, is a great place to end this season. They've had an awesome season so far, man. And, dude, I'm excited. If what you're saying kind of stuck with kind of where they're going to be with points, kind of winner take all possibly. I mean, I'm looking at the points right now, and I see a difference.
Where'd you find the points at?
I'm on the Sim Racer Hub. I just clicked this race.
Error, that's what I was saying. I apologize, folks. Mine's going error. Okay. Well, like you said, it's definitely going to be interesting as you got Daniel Falkenham out front. He's been the main man, all season long. And it's going to be exciting of how we end this thing here at Atlanta. Atlanta's a fast track, you know that.
Yeah, Atlanta it's one of those quicker mile and a halves, and I was like that Atlanta. I know I've brought this up before, I believe, and every time they were racing at this track during the real NASCAR season, growing up, I'd be like, "Hey, Dad, isn't Junior good here?" And he'd be like, "Oh, Alex, you ask me that every week." Like, oh, okay.
Of course he is. Come on. Hope everybody's going to enjoy it. But right now, Daniel's man out front. Scott Simley's there in third. Joey Woods, he's looking to bring this thing home in a victory lane here tonight.
Joey Woods always wants to bring that puppy home. I mean, he does the fastest cat in the whole dang town, is I believe his saying. So we'll see if he can make her that fastest cat, because he's sitting here in second right now.
Yes, he is. And looking strong too there. That number 07 Sheen, and the man out front though is when the man has dominated all season long. He's looking to go ahead and cap off and see if he can't get the championship here tonight. Jimmy Coleman's right there with it. We know Robert Gillenwater's in it. It was a tight race last week for the guys getting the Final Four. I mean, it was really tight. And the most surprising person last week, I know that you were out of town and all, but Ryan Howard, who came in second in the points last week, had trouble in the race coming on pit road, dropped out, and missed the Final Four.
Yeah, I remember watching in a little bit. I mean, we were obviously, like you said, we were out of town for the weekend, had a nice little vacation down to Texas. So that was fun. But we were tuning in a little bit. Well, at least I was. I know Kayla ain't got the biggest care for this, but I was like, oh my God, because I can still pull up the point and everything like that. And I'm like, yo, this is pretty gnarly. And then coming into the night, I do have it seeing all four of them.
I don't know why I can't pull it up.
Yeah, I got all.
Did you go to the website or go to
I went to the Sim500 website. And then just went through that way.
Yeah, it's giving me an error. It says can't contact to the thing.
Well, those top 4 guys, which would be Daniel Falkenham, obviously, who's out front. Scott Simley, currently sitting in, what is that, 5th? Robert G., who's sitting in 3rd. And Kevin Brown, who's sitting up there in 8th place. They all got even points coming into this race. But even though, I was going to say, it kind of goes both ways. If you got even points or you don't got even points, like Daniel Falkenham is the force to be reckoned with here, and he's showing it again here tonight already. Just, I believe he started on the pole and just did not look back since.
Yeah, it looks like a good one so far. And yeah, but you got Jimmy Coleman moving in on him right now, though. So Jimmy's trying to see if he can't grab on the back of him. Robert Gillenwater's there.
Right, he's got Robert G. right behind him, looking in, seeing if maybe Jimmy can get up there and disrupt Daniel Falkenham a little bit and give Robert Gillenwater that little edge to kind of get up there in the mix with those two. Because those two guys are teammates.
Yeah, yes it is.
So maybe some extracurriculars going on with teammates that are involved in this championship and some that aren't. So, you know, I like how they incorporate that kind of team aspect to it. I mean, obviously, Jimmy ain't going to go up there and just ride him into the wall and crash him, you know. He's just going to help him out a little bit, maybe throw a block or two and slow him up a little bit. But I like how good these guys are in this league at utilizing teammates for that kind of stuff to make the team better as a whole and win as a team as well, not just a singular person.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you on that one. Well, a good solid run right now. Daniel Falkenham out front, looking strong. Along with the man, Jimmy Coleman, trying to see if he can't pull it in. Robert Gillenwater's there with him, so top 3 points guy so far here. Got old Scott Simley. Mike Kelly, Jose back here. Jose's had a pretty good season so far.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he's not in the top 4, but regardless, he still had a good season too. Because this league does that cool drawing at the end if you make it to the round of 8.
Chad Coleman won that, by the way.
Oh, he did.
He did. Chad Coleman won the PC for the top 8 drawing there. So he won the Ford Entertainment Group PC. Found that out last week.
Yo, that's sick.
Absolutely.
Good for him.
Awesome. Yeah. Got him a nice little PC out of it. Mike Kelly looking strong here, running about 6th place. Got a good battle going on around about that 4th place spot.
Right, this kind of 3rd, 4th, 5th place spot's been a pretty decent hot spot for battles right here. I know you got Doy Woods here in 3rd place, riding up top. You got Robert Gillenwater right there under him on the inside. And I know Atlanta is a quick track, so you can use that top line to kind of throw yourself around this track a little bit, and that's kind of what Doy Woods is doing. And you can be fast anywhere. It just depends on where you're comfortable and wherever you feel is best for you. And that's one of the things I like about this track, Joe.
Yeah, and it's changed so much too. I used to kind of really know how to get around this place really well, but there is kind of multi-grooves here a little bit. Maybe after a while it can become a single groove style track, but they have changed the racing surface over the years, even in real life and on the iRacing platform. And you kind of see the cars. I mean, it is typical here at this place to see the cars kind of wash up the track just a little bit, get a little tight, and then they have to kind of, bring it back down. It is a little momentum style track, so you can lose a lot going to turn. See right there with Mike Kelly, number 12. Actually, Scott Simley losing a little bit up on the top lane. Here comes Mike Kelly underneath.
Right, and usually once that momentum gets thrown off, as close as these guys are right here around Scott Simley, if you just lose just a touch, those 3-4 guys right there can just blow right past you. And then you got to fight your way back up there to get that position back, because sometimes here, especially once this run gets stretched out a little bit, as we see all the time with this league, it's going to be difficult to be able to climb your way back up there.
Because Jose, he's up underneath Scott. Let's see if he can't take that spot away, get shot, see what he sees, and looks pretty smooth inside the car right now. This is a smooth track, though.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. This track usually is pretty smooth. It's pretty easy on the wrists, I think. Not too much. Don't got to worry about no carpal tunnel or nothing like that. But
you can get slick, though, coming out of the turns. I mean, get, like, tight in the middle, but they can get loose coming out. But for the most part, it's not really a bumpy style track.
no, it is really smooth, and I like how you brought in the bumps into it. Because there's some tracks you see these guys go around, and you could just see the kind of going right, and that can add a little bit of extra sauce into the turns or going into the straightaway or something, and you just got to be aware of it. But this track's pretty good at being super smooth and not really super bumpy and all that. So these guys are just slinging it around. It looks like
Mike Kelly's moving through the field pretty good. He's picking them off one by one. It's a pretty good long run car.
Right, and he's gonna need it if he wants a chance to win this race, especially with how long the green flag runs are here with this league.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the pit stop strategy.
Right, I don't even want to get into that yet, Joe. It might be a tick too early for me to start spitting.
Now this track is a little hard on tires, as the most other tracks we go to. This place is pretty. It can chew through some tires, so.
It absolutely can, and I think that being said, I don't doubt that I'm going to see someone with an off pit strategy. Like a couple weeks ago, we saw a couple guys cutting the race into thirds, and I believe that was Auto Club. We saw guys cutting it into thirds.
Yeah.
And then some trying to cut it into halves. Like I believe Ryan Howard was one of them that cut it in half.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think it was Tommy Ryan with him. So I don't doubt that we'll see it. I mean, fuel-wise, I wouldn't be worried about going halfway, really. I honestly would.
Tires are going to be the biggest thing, because here, and we're already seeing it with 22 in, you're already seeing some guys better on the long run. And, I've talked about tracks like Auto Club and maybe Las Vegas and tracks like that, where it really doesn't benefit you to try to be a long run car, because by the time you get up there, you're on top of the pit window. Here, I think you can benefit from being a longer run car, because the tires fall off so fast. Except for Daniel Falkenhorn, which he's got super tires.
Yeah, the dude, I don't even know. I got nothing, man. He's Daniel Falkenhorn.
He is.
Let's just put it that way.
Bad fast. I'm wondering why, because I look at, I brought up the fact about iRating, and if you're new to iRacing, that's just kind of their scaling system that they use. And I've often wondered why he's not in the Pro Series with the iRating that he has. Because he could be up there.
Nudge, nudge, Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, because he's got the skill to do it. Which that is a different ball game there, Alex. I mean, obviously, because then it brings in setups and stuff. Really has a lot to play. I mean, this is a fixed setup, so really you just getting around the track is basically it. Which I like. You get into the open style setups, well, then you got to get the drive beat and the setup involved in it. So it's kind of a multiverse there.
Right, just brings a couple extra factors that you got to be on top of while you're like pre-race and during the race and whatnot. Little minor adjustments here and there. Adds a little more strain on the mental game of things.
It does.
I mean, if just like in real life, you do some kind of adjustment. You say, whatever adjustment you make in a pit stop, if it's like a full race or something, you do an adjustment and you don't like it, dude, you're stuck.
Well, and well, especially in here, you see, oh, Jose got up on the wall and then got down into Tommy, and then Mike Kelly's in there. Is he going to hang on to it? What a save, man! Wow.
Bring out the lawnmower.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that's pretty much wrecking without wrecking. Wow, Mike Kelly was coming to the field too, and then almost lost it there, but. But yeah, back to what you were talking about as far as setup. There it goes, to get a little action on the track. But back to what you was talking about. In an open style setup, these guys can change tire pressures, the wedge. I believe they can change. I'm not sure if they can change. They can change track bar and stuff like that. And there's a lot of things. In a fixed setup, you really can't change anything once you're out on the track. You can, about the biggest thing that you can adjust is obviously your fuel and how many tires you put on. And then, you know, by doing that, yes, you can dictate how the car handles and whatnot. But definitely a whole new ball game, because then you got to take into account, you know, we talk about the dynamic track. And we talk about track conditions. You know, it might be a daytime, nighttime. How the track warms up, rubbers up, grip on it. In those open sets, you got to account for all that, because that setup could change throughout the race. I mean, a fixed setup changes also, but you pretty much just drive through that, you know. And once you put on 4 new tires, guess what? Setup's back right again. But on an open set, even if you put 4 tires on, track change, it's just so much different.
Right, it absolutely can. And seeing how, just like you brought up the dynamic tracks and changing conditions and whatnot, I know with my super extensive iRacing knowledge, which is next to nothing, I would be just, I wouldn't even know what to do.
That's like real racing. I mean, you know, you've got to account for track changes and, you know, climate changes throughout the race. Well, you know, you've heard of day-night transitional races. I mean, obviously the Coca-Cola 600 is a big one there, where they talk about the car might be good in the day and change totally during the nighttime.
Right, and I'm gonna jump off that really quick for the season finale and make a public service announcement.
Oh, okay.
Like this league, like rolling this league with you. Huge props to Joe for everyone listening. Joe does all the technical stuff, and I literally don't even have iRacing. I just do it in the Discord with Joe, and he puts it up, and I just get to come up here and have fun with them. So
yeah, but you got a lot of knowledge in NASCAR. That's for sure.
Yeah, but it can only bring me so far. But nevertheless,
but that's the thing about iRacing is we talk about it, and I always say it's about the realest thing you get without spending millions of dollars to go real racing. And iRacing does try to bring the aspect of real NASCAR here. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you see me, I use a lot of real terms out there a lot, associated a lot with what NASCAR does, because, yeah, even though it is a simulator out here, game, whatever you want to call it, and in some aspects of it, you know, we see and we go, wow, that's unrealistic. A lot of it is, and you can associate with the real side of it. Yeah, there you go.
But at the end of the day, we make it work, and we make it work good.
Absolutely. Right now, the man making it work good is Daniel Falkenham out front. He wants a championship and the win. You got Doey Woods there in second. Robert Gillenwater hanging on the third. Kevin Brown in fourth. Coleman rounding out that 5th place. There's David Comstock. And now we got a first person on the pit road. Jose Gonzalez. Oh, early, I think. But now he did get caught in that little bit of skirmish. Yeah, he's got damage on his car. So.
Right, I was going to say we might got some front right tire damage up there after hitting the wall a little bit. And that thing's just probably deteriorating some. So he might be coming in to get that fixed a little bit.
Oh, yeah. And this place right here being so fast, so big, even though it is a 1.5 mile track, being so big, it's fast, draft does play a huge, huge factor here.
Right, it does, and I mean, I'm not even quite sure how he got up into the wall.
I remember he got up there and got a little loose, got in the side of Tommy. Tommy went up, got into the wall, and kind of an accordion effect there.
Right, and then all the dominoes fell.
Yep. Pretty much. I do want to give a shout out, folks, and I appreciate the league last night. I did not broadcast last night, folks, because unfortunately my wife's mother passed away yesterday, and I hated it. So felt like I needed to be there with her last night. So I want to appreciate the league last night that it didn't do that, understanding, and all the guys out there for the kind words and whatnot. And definitely want to keep thoughts and prayers with my wife going up tomorrow. So because her mom lived in West Virginia, and obviously I'm in North Carolina. Not too far away though. But yeah, just one of those life things. Lived a long time, and very, very unfortunate. Good lady. So been sick for a while, but I want to give a shout out there.
Give my condolences from your best favorite co-announcer from Oklahoma.
There you go. I did see y'all's Halloween costume, by the way. I don't want to keep all the subject, but I hear you.
Nacho Libre.
I couldn't understand what you were dressed up as. Oh, you talking about the movie Nacho Libre with Jack Black?
Yeah, when he gets the money and he's got the and he buys that outfit.
Okay.
And the nun, obviously, kind of like his girlfriend.
I haven't really. It's been a long time since I watched the movie. That's why I was saying so. If y'all missed it, Alex was off last week. He took a trip, like I said, to Texas. I told him, man, to get the Wi-Fi going on the plane, but I didn't know what it cost. So I think I mentioned that last week.
They wouldn't offer it because the 2 plane rides were so short. They were less than an hour apiece, so they wouldn't let me do it.
Well,
I would though, just in the middle of the plane. Just be like, hey,
Joey
I'm
Woods
doing
fell
something.
off the pace, man. Where'd Joey happen? He fell back to 4th.
I feel like he has a very strong short run car week in and week out. I feel like that's kind of what we see with Doy Woods. I mean, he brings it hard on those short runs. That's probably why he's really good at qualifying. Hence, he started, 2nd or 3rd? But then once the run goes on, he just kind of...
Well, I mean, we are starting to see who is better on the longer runs. The tires are starting to get up there. I mean, you see Robert Gillenwater now. Kevin Brown's been harassing him the last probably 10, 15 laps. He's been locked to that bumper. I mean, as far as lap times goes, though, they are not that far off Daniel Falkenham. Problem is, Falkenham's got about 2.5-second lead over.
Right, that guy is gone.
Well, look at this pass here, Kevin Brown outside. That's a power move right there.
Hold on, Joe. I need to step away for just a sec.
Oh, here. That's a power move. Kevin Brown gonna try to make it work on the top side. You don't see that very often here at Atlanta. He is a tick faster than Gillenwater, but we'll see if he's able to make the pass. I think we can hold his momentum. That's the one bad thing about Atlanta is it is a tough place to pass, and it does take a little bit to get around, maybe about a lap or 2 to get around the car. You see, man, I'm going to tell you what, Kevin Brown made a beautiful move. Shot that car up to the top side. Let's see if he can run down Falkenham. I mean, that lap right there slowed him down just a little bit because he was making a pass. Let's see, because the last time around, he actually was a tick quicker than Falkenham. Not by much. I mean, those top 4, they're all running within, actually the top 3. Let's see what they're going to run when they cross the line here. I'm going to see this time. See Doy Woods on pit road, so these guys are pitting a lot earlier than what I thought. Yeah, Kevin Brown. Now, Falkenham could be saving some fuel for the lead he's got out there, but Kevin Brown that time around, solid 10th fast. and Falkenham up front.
I'm back.
All right. Yeah. Oh, here, pots and pans back there slamming around.
Nah, they're all in boxes. I already made sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we moved this weekend, so I've had a couple exciting weekends in a row.
Nice. Kevin Brown's a little bit faster than Daniel Falkenham by about a tenth right now, which, I mean, again, we don't know if Daniel's, with the lead he's got, could be saving a little bit, because it looks like, Dory Woods just came on pit road. It looks like pit stops, I don't know if they go halfway, because they're going to have to go to the 70 mark here.
Right, so maybe they do 50 and then 50 again and shoot out the last 40.
That would be it. That would sound like an actual good plan. Yeah. Well, look at Gillen Waters says, I want my spot back. He looked on the inside, wasn't able to get it.
Right, and sometimes with a track like this, you can get both sides of the coin. You can get guys that just blow past someone, or you can get some long, drawn-out battles. Like, we've seen some guys that have been around each other for a good chunk of this race that are still right around each other because they can't really do anything about it.
Absolutely.
And
I want to give you an idea. We talked about tires a little earlier. Remember Jose pitting? He's running 33.52 to 76s and 90s of what the front runners are. So he's running a solid about 3.23, about 3/10 faster on the newer tires. Now, obviously, he's probably got a little bit of damage. And if he didn't have the damage, probably even faster than that. So you can kind of tell really the one we need to look at is probably Joey Woods to see what he's running. Oh, yeah, he ran a 31.89. Okay, so, yeah, so you can just tell what tires will do.
right, and he's got that short run speed down to a T. So, I mean, green, white, checkered, I don't know if I'd bet against Dory Woods if he's on the front row. But anything else, maybe a 10-lap shootout at the end. I think that's where he
since I can't get on the points, who'd you say was sitting in the top, in the second in the championship?
So we got one of them. They're all evened out at 5,000. So best position takes a cake. From what I'm looking at right here.
Oh yeah.
You got Daniel Falkenham, pretty much a no-brainer. You got Scott Simley, Robert G, and Kevin Brown.
Okay. Kevin Brown's showing he's got that speed if he can get up there. So your top three guys right now, championship runners. It's just that Falkenham has got so far out front. I mean, now you just see Dory Woods coming by with those newer tires. I mean, so you can just already see what they do. I mean, he's a solid, 2 seconds or so faster than the rest of the field. He'll get back on the lead lap here soon.
Yeah, and especially if we see some of these lead guys pitting soon, because it's lap 50 now. See if
I won't say nobody can make it to 70 if they can. Here comes David Comstock down pit road. So I will be surprised if we see anybody try to take it another 20 laps. That's not saying they can't. I'll be surprised.
I feel like that's a pretty big ask, Joe. I kind of think we're going to be seeing a 2-stop race.
Yeah. Now, here's what Falkenham does want to see. These two guys here battle for second and third. Gillen Water, and it looks like Brown, he's going to let it have it. And man, that's to load that thing up coming on pit road. So, yeah, I mean, you called it. Around 50, 52. I think we're going to see Falkenham probably about 55 or so.
All right, we'll see what he's got, because, I mean, he's running that high line.
He doesn't want to give up too much because we've already seen what new tires will do. So he doesn't want to stay out there too long, let these guys get back out here and run him back down, because if they get back on the lead lap and he hasn't pitted, well, he's going to lose that lead.
Right, and here's Jose, who pitted, lap 37, I think it was?
He pitted on lap number
33.
Then you got to look at Dowie Woods, who is back on the lead lap, so he's already passed and pitted at 43. That's what I'm saying. Here's the thing, Falkenham. Now, this will benefit him maybe later in the race if it goes all the way green. You know, a lot of these races do. But if it does go all the way green, then this could highly benefit him. What would hurt right now is if the caution came in.
Yeah, that would be bad news bears for some of these guys.
Yeah, especially Robert, Scott, who are in the, Kevin, Robert, he's in the championship, Scott. That would be actually 3 of the 4 would be a lap down.
Yeah, that would not be that cool, Joe. I don't think I'd be a fan.
Nah.
And then it'd be, I mean, what? If we were watching earlier today, I mean, I was listening to it because I was moving all my stuff
I ain't
around.
watching, but I saw it. I mean, but what I tell you the other week, so who's going to win?
You said that
Did I not
Mario
tell you that the
Andretti
top
was
5 was probably going to be all championship drivers?
You know, Joe, it seems like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've seen enough of these final 4 races to pan out. I think we was talking about that the other week. I said, you watch that top 5 or top 7, every one of them championship drivers are going to be in it, unless just some miraculous thing happens. They're going to be there. Larson's going to win no matter what. But they're going to try to play some drama, which the drama should have been, and everybody has their opinion, should have been all 3 of those cars should have started in the back and should have never been on the front of that race because they failed qualifying inspection. Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Oh, it was 3 times? I thought it was
3
twice.
times. So basically, in other words, NASCAR just put himself in a book or in a box saying, we just showed favoritism to the championship driver, the final 4. Because if it had been any other race, guess what? You going to the back. But anyways, I mean, hey, other than that, folks, if you did not think Kyle Larson was not going to win the championship, man, you might want to wake up.
I mean, it's, if you think about it, it's hard to bet against the guy, no matter what he's racing in. Just bottom line, the guy's good, but he landed the ride of a lifetime this year and took it to the bank.
Yeah,
But,
I guess. Chevy couldn't get out of the way last year, but this year all of a sudden was the baddest thing on the track. So I've watched enough NASCAR, man, to see if they want to manipulate something, they can. But anyway, I like iRacing. The only way you can do something like that on iRacing is wreck somebody or intentionally bring a caution out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how much they can do on the iRacing?
I mean,
Daniel Falkenham did pit.
Oh, I missed it talking about.
Well, he put it on 55.
Real light.
I think we were talking about between 50 and 55. So it looks like he might be on that strategy you're talking about. Now, this puts him back in 6th. He's going to be the fastest guy on the track. 12 seconds behind Dowie Woods. He should be able to catch him probably here within the next 15 laps or so. Should be able to catch him easily. But when does he make that next stop? Because here's the thing. You don't want to make it too late. You don't want to make it too early, but you don't want to make it definitely too late because you might not have enough time to catch back up to the field.
Okay, riddle me this. What if we see some of these guys do that lap 50 or so, and then the next one they short and come in at like 90 instead and run out the last 50 or so? I don't think that's off the table.
And you know, that's a good one there, and I think that's what some of the plan was here right now, especially like Dowie Woods and all. And that will work as long as you have a big enough lead coming out of the pit when everybody cycles around. If you only have the lead, let's say that Dowie Woods has right now, let's say over a guy like Daniel Falkenham, who might go with the strategy of, I'm not going to pit again to maybe like 105, 110, give or take. He's going to be, because right now he's a solid second faster than Dowie Woods. But Dowie only has a 9-second lead over him. And at 9 seconds, he's going to run that down before the end of the race if the pit cycle stays. So if you can get back out with maybe, I'm going to say at least a 20-second lead, give it, somewhere in that area, which is, not unrealistic. If you can do it there, then I think your strategy's sound. But this is one of these tracks where tires really make a huge factor. I mean, we're seeing it here in the lap times. I mean, he ran a 32.11 to a 33.10 of Dowie. That's a second difference. And even he ran, even to Robert Gillenwater, who pitted at lap 52, ran a 32.52 to a 32.11. So he's several tenths faster, and he's right there on his back door. Now, it might take him, well, I'm about to say a couple laps to get around him, but then he's going to prove me wrong here and get around him in like one corner. But it might take him a lap or two here to get around these two guys because it's such a hard place to pass. That's going to slow him up a little bit, but still, yeah. I mean, your strategy could be sound. I mean, it'll work. All depends on how close that Daniel gets to him. I mean, essentially right here, though, I mean, remember, Daniel doesn't have to win the race to get the championship. He pretty much has to pass this guy right here. Fall asleep over there? I think Alex got hit over the head. Blown up on us. Probably had to step away. You see, Daniel takes over that spot, so that would essentially put him back in the top for the championship over Kevin Brown. I just don't know. I mean, looking, what do you do that? I have seen guys race big setups that do amazing things. Jake Nichols, one of them. I called him Superman all the time because he would just come out and just dominate the field on his fixed setup. And I just never knew how he did it. I mean, he found speed where others just couldn't find it. Oh, he's still got a pretty good lead, though. Still there, Alex? I think Alex had to step away. Just having technical.
Yeah, sorry, what I missed? My headset died and I had to go scavenger hunt for the cord.
Oh, that's well. I was basically talking about the strategy the pitch you was talking about, and Daniel got around Kevin, and actually now Gillenwater's got around him. And I was basically saying, I don't know what you have to do to run down Falkenham. I mean, I've seen guys in the past on fixed setup dominate. Jake Nichols, one of them. I used to call him Superman all the time because he'd just come out flat, just run out off from the field, and he would just find speed everywhere on these fixed setups. And I don't know how they do it. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I know a lot of guys talk about, well, it's just being smooth around the track. Well, hey, I mean, you're a lot smoother than I am. That's all I got to say. I mean, solid.
I know, maybe some guys just thrive here in that fixed setup kind of thing. Maybe it just boils down to they just can drive.
And and that's about what you pretty much have to come to. I mean, some guys just really know how to figure it out. And then again, some tracks are better than others to some guys. Some really have a track just figured out. That does seem like Falkenham has a lot of them figured out. But again, you can't take anything away from any of these drivers out here. I mean, they're all top notch. That's what makes this league here at Sim500 so great. You've got a lot of fast, and the competition is so steep here that you almost have to run perfect races to finish good or even win a race.
Right, and obviously I'm not taking anything away from any driver in this league. I mean, I know if I was in this league, I'd be one of those at the bottom that says, out, 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 out.
Yeah, I'd
That'd
be in the back just hanging out.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, hey, this is so cool. I'd be like, oh, you got last. Oh, whatever.
That's all right. Leader looked good while he went around me about 5 times.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what his paint scheme was. I'm trying to copy it so they can confuse us.
But, I mean, you got guys, I mean, obviously, we do talk about Falkenham because he dominated a lot of races. But, yeah, like Jose, he's won 3 times this season. So he's actually, definitely done well. You've got guys like Yellowwater, Ryan Howard, Tommy Ryan, just to name a few other guys. And, to be honest with you, this is not even all of the Sim500 drivers. There's a multitude of them that run on their Monday night series and some that run in the truck series. Excuse me. And, I mean, there's some fast cats out there. Anthony DeBarro comes to mind as one. Not sure if he still races here or not, but if he does, Anthony DeBarro, Trey Edson, another one, definitely.
Jimmy North,
yeah, he's there. So, just to name it, just a few of them. I mean, obviously there's a multitude of others. Definitely some fast drivers, and through it. So it's just so much competition here. And I've known a lot of these guys for a long time here at the 500 in a great lead. I just do see Falkenham's going to take that lead back over. He finally ran down Dowie. Now, I want to ask, let's see, it's lap 75. I'm wondering if you Dowie right now, and then the next 5 laps you come into the pits, so you don't lose too much ground to Falkenham. Because at this point, you're going to just lose ground.
Yeah, but are you going to stretch it to 60 laps after that?
Going to have to. I mean,
did anybody pit after 60?
Longest one was Falkenham 55. But here's the thing: usually that first pit stop, kind of I've been fooled many a times thinking, oh, they can't go that far. And then the second pit stop or so, lo and behold, they take it like 5 or 10 laps further than what they did. A lot of times on the first pit stops, they kind of short pit them a little bit just to see what the car's doing. But like Dowie right here, I mean, he pitted at 43. And that car's, he's not going to make any ground up. It's just going to constantly go back from this point. You don't want to lose too much ground to those guys up there because then you got to make it all back up on the track again. And by the time you do, tires going to be worn out again. I don't know. Caution maybe would help at this point.
Yeah, stack everyone back up.
But then again, a caution at this point actually would hurt that strategy. Because can anybody go 60 laps? We don't know. Somebody's going to try it, right?
Well, we've seen a couple where you get the guys that try and split it in half, and then, 2 weeks in a row we had someone lose fuel on the last lap?
Oh, yeah, Ryan Howard lost it there that once, right on the last lap in the last turn.
Yeah, and then I think it was Josh Parker the week before, coming off a 2, just blah, 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 blah. I think it was the same, and guess who swept in for the win? This guy. Daniel Falkenham up front.
He did it twice, actually.
In a row.
I know.
Imagine that. Just imagine. You're the guy sitting in... Say you're not Daniel Falkenham, and you're just Joe, right? And you're sitting there in second being like, oh, okay, I got this second at least locked in. And then the dude in front of you just runs out of gas. 2 weeks in a row. That'd be crazy. Dude, I'd flip my wig.
Yeah. Hey. Win them how you can. You know, it's tough. That's the way to look at it, though. Well, we are here in the season finale tonight here for the Sim500. It has been a good series here for the Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series. Been a long season running. You know, we started way back in February, March, and have run through here all these races, and we're going to crown a champ here tonight. Cap off the season here for these guys in the Xfinity Series. Right now, it's all Falkenham out front. Gillenwater's there in second. Kevin Brown in third. So that's your top three are all points, man. And then the other one you got to look at, Scott Simley, who's been hanging around about 7th place spot.
Right, these guys have, like you said, we went from Valentine's Day, because first race was February 14th. We got Valentine's Day to near Turkey Day. That's how I'll put it. We'll say near Turkey Day. I mean, we're in the same month. We're close enough.
Hey,
but
Turkey Day.
Right, everybody put an extra belt loop in, or extra notch in your belt, so that you can get a little extra space.
I like hammy ham.
Yo, I will eat ham every chance I get over turkey.
Me too. I'm a hammy ham person. I'm a hammy ham.
Was it like ham and like some grilled pineapple or something with it? Dude,
something like that, yeah.
Call me tomorrow, because I'm busy with that ham and pineapple right now.
Hey. Well, David, Comstock coming up here to the 4th place spot. You know, made everybody hungry watching.
Yeah, I know. If you guys ever get your hands on a ham, ship it to me. 1612, somewhere in Oklahoma way. I'll get it.
P.O. box out there.
Yeah.
You imagine somebody picking that up out of the P.O. box. What you got? Got a ham.
I got a ham and a can of sliced pineapples. Good toss on the grill later, you know.
Oh, yeah.
This is something from some dude out over there. I don't know. Never met him, but.
We got Gerald Livingston here hanging on to the 8th place spot. Look at the machine he's got out there. Having a pretty good run. Mike Kelly earlier on, remember, got almost caught up in a huge wreck. Has not been able to bounce back. I think he's probably got a little bit of, it looks like a little bit of nose damage on the front of that car. Probably irritating the aerodynamics some. Yeah, you can see it right there. He's back in 9th place, though.
I was going to say, speaking of that, you want to do a final race run-through of the cars and their paint schemes they got here in this last race, Joe?
We can do that. We'll get the OSR Network rundown order here online, simracingnetwork.com, your home for fun and exciting sim racing. You got Daniel Falkenham out there trying to win a championship and a race here tonight. He has done it all season long, winning races to put himself in this position. He's out there in that bait machine, hanging on to E1. You got Robert Gillenwater hoping something goes wrong for him, and he can steal the show here tonight, hanging on there in 2nd place spot. Kevin Brown's another one contender. Man's got his Twitch machine out there. Check him out online, hanging on the floor. David Comstock, they're just trying to win this race here tonight. Bounce back. Not had the weeks that he's wanted here late. It looks good, the monster. Dowie Woods, he says he's the top cat. Laid a smack down on everybody. But he's out here running about the 5th place spot right now, looking strong. Jimmy Coleman back in the Sim500 machine in 6th. You got Scott Simley, old strong. He's the one other championship contender out here is hoping that he can get something going late here in this race. He's back in 7th. Gerald Livingston, we just saw him right there in the 8th place spot. Good looking machine. Mike Kelly in the Gatorade car, holding on tonight. Joseph Burgess, he's up here in the 10th place spot. Jose Gonzalez, man's got the fastest subs in the town right now. Got a little damage on it because speedy, but he's back in 11th. Jeff Ryan, he always likes running an Intimidator machine. He's out 12th. Like Tommy Ryan, though, right now on pit road in 13th. Anthony Calatoni out. Paul Camara out. And Dustin Franklin out. That brings us back up here, our leader. That man right there, Daniel Falkenham, leading it out here tonight. So, actually, rundown order. Look good, look at paint job.
Yeah, they got a bunch of cool looking machines out here tonight, and I'm wondering, as you were going through, I didn't want to mess up the mojo you had over there. It looks like Jose Pitt and Tommy Ryan's on the same pit cycles he is.
Joey Woods on pit road also.
Ooh.
So he's
Here's
coming in
that.
about that time frame you were talking about.
So maybe it happens. I don't know. Looks like Tommy Ryan's been on there a little while, though.
Yeah, I remember he got damaged earlier in the race.
Right, with Jose. And I believe Jose did just pit recently, didn't he, a couple laps ago?
He did. He pitted at lap 79. So he'll be one I'm interested to see. Can he go the entire distance?
Yeah, because I think I saw him up here with Robert Gillenwater up there a couple laps. There he is.
Kevin
Closing in on
Brown,
Daniel Falcon.
who was up front there, pitted at lap 86.
Ooh, Kevin Brown and Robert Gillenwater were rolling together a good chunk of this race, and now Kevin Brown's throwing it off a little bit. So we'll see if maybe he's got the phone number for that checkered flag tonight with this pit strategy he's got going on. But I don't know, man. We'll see how some of these guys are going to make it work, because I don't know.
It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be tough. I'm curious how far Falkenham takes this thing. I'm going to say lap 105, maybe 105. I'm going to say 105 for Falkenham.
Because, I mean, what? He's got a 1 point easy second and a half lead.
Second half lead and 6 or so over David. And actually, the fastest guy he would have to worry about, 39-second lead over Kevin Brown, which, I mean, you know, obviously Kevin a little over a second faster. And obviously the more time they stay out there, that will run that down. But yeah, kind of curious on what his strategy is going to be here.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Joe, but seeing how some of these guys took my kind of prediction into account and used it makes me feel a little good. But it looks like Mike Kelly coming down right there. And no, I think you're right. We'll see some here in the next coming laps. Probably about this 10-lap window from now to about 103, 105 or so. I think we're going to see pretty much everybody.
Well, I say you got Daniel Falkenham. You went to 55. If you can go 55 again, that's 105. I don't know if he's going to try to stretch it further. Maybe 110. But either way, if he comes in at 105, he's got enough time to run down those guys.
Right, and that's something you got to take into account is how much time do you got to make up versus how much time are you in front of. Like, if he's worried about Kevin Brown right now, Kevin Brown's still a lap down.
Now, here's something interesting real quick. I'm going to touch on that one, but there's only a 1.3 seconds gap between Falkenham and Gillenwater, and they're racing for a championship. The difference between their pit stop is lap 52 and 55. You talked about before short pitting. Here is a perfect example of where a short pit would probably benefit. You just see Kevin Brown right there actually go around Daniel, and now Daniel's going to have to think about coming in here in the next several laps. But if I'm Robert Gillenwater, here's where a short pit, I believe, would help tremendously, because he's not going to lose that much, because remember, Falkenham doesn't have that huge of a lead.
Right, and it's slowly going down too. So if he goes now, and Daniel Falkenham's right, and he's slowing up a little bit, now might be the time to pounce.
Right, and if you can get, let's say, that lead under a second, short pitting him by a lap, and then if, let's say, Falkenham even does a lap after it comes in, well, Gillenwater's going to get that. Lap time-wise, Falkenham ran a 33.68 to 46. Now, this could be a false sense of hope here, folks, and I hate to say it that way. We're not in the car. We're not the drivers. We're just up here seeing what's transpired on the track. Faulkenham could be letting out the throttle, could be saving fuel, and letting Gillenwater. That's why Gillenwater's catching. I don't want to take anything away from Gillenwater speed-wise, but for him to make up 2/10 or a tenth and a half, I don't know if Faulkenham's like, let me try to save fuel. Problem is with this strategy, if Faulkenham is, Gillenwater pits, he might run out of time to try to catch him back.
Right, maybe he's toying with him.
Yeah. Giving him hope.
That'd be kind of funny. That sounds like something I would do, but again,
that's just wrong.
I have no excuse. It's just funny, if you ask me.
I mean, you got to look on Gillenwater's part. Obviously, this is a championship run here, and don't get me wrong, he's running his heart out to try to catch, do everything he can. And we know Faulkenham's fast. Now, whether or not Faulkenham has truly fallen off the pace this run, and maybe Gillenwater's found something. Because again, I don't want to take anything away from any one of these guys. Or, like I said, Faulkenham's just trying to save some fuel to take this thing to the end and whatnot. Maybe try to stretch this to go that 110 or whatnot. But I mean, you can obviously see Gillenwater is catching.
Right, he is chopping away at that lead. And I'm kind of with you. I think that Daniel Faulkenham might be saving some some gas. Yeah, let's save some water. All the pipes are gonna freeze. Let's save some water.
Don't give these climate guys any idea. That'll be the next thing they'll be coming up with. Water power.
Yeah, retract. I'll edit the video later. Retract.
Yeah. I mean, we're already on the electric kick, man, and that's not going to go so well after the grid falls apart. So, what's next? We're going to get water power, Hey,
if I can make water power a car, dude, it can happen.
I think it has been done before, but the OPEC man stuff.
I could do it with fire.
Yeah.
Not water. Completely different. But never mind. We'll just leave it at that. This is a good race, Joe.
It is, and it's close. It's going to be interesting here, because again, we don't know what Faulkenham is doing. Is he saving fuel? Is he saving tires? Or has Gillenwater just found that much speed here late? And as he's closing in. And now you can kind of see what new tires, new tires versus old tires does, right there with Joey Wood.
Right, Joey Woods is just like, all right, peace out, bye. I'm just gonna pass both of you like I'm a hot knife through butter or something.
Oh yeah. I remember Kevin Brown pitting back at lap 86. He's only 25 seconds back, so he's not that far off the pace either.
Right, he isn't, and I
just don't. If I'm Gillenwater, I would want to. I really would like to. Well, I guess at this point it really doesn't matter. If, let's say, Faulkenham goes on pit road before you, then you go one lap after, so that gives you the newer tires. But if he waits too long, let's say Gillenwater, because obviously Gillenwater's not there for 52 laps, and that's what I'm talking about. Now we're seeing that's almost 60 laps that Gillenwater's running. Remember I told you before, sometimes those first pit stops throw you off.
Right.
But at some point, Gillenwater's going to have to go on pit road. And if Faulkenham does not make that pit stop, then he's going to have to go. But he's there.
Something I'm thinking about right now, too, that's kind of going through my head is, right now, after this lap is complete, we've got 34 laps left. You're not worrying about fuel. It's just going to be a shootout to the end.
It will be. Tires will be the major thing then, because the tires will fall off in 30-some laps. I mean, they won't fall off as bad as what a full run will, but they will start to fall off. Now, you're going to have some exceptional tires for that first 10, 15 laps or so, and that's where it's going to be crucial for, like, oh, and this right here probably blew it for him, though. Everything he's going to gain is just going to lose right there. Wow.
Oh, goodness.
So everything he would have gained on pit road, and I talk about it week in and week out, mental mistakes. And mental mistakes can kill you as a driver. And a lot of times it happens on pit road. But everything he would have gained, because this was smart what he's doing, short pit. But everything he would have gained was just lost right there. Not 100%, but I'm going to say about 65, 70% of it.
Right. And I mean, you can't knock the guy for trying. I mean,
it really wasn't too bad. I mean, his actual full pit stop was 38.72, but that wasn't really, I mean, all in all, that wasn't really that bad, because everybody else's was 45. Now, here's what's smart. Daniel Falkenham is coming in right after. And that pretty much threw the hand of Falkenham. Let's see what his pit is. I mean, Gillenwater had a 15.4 pit stop and a 38 total. So his pit stop was slow. Let's see what Falkenham does here.
Right, and what I'm going to be looking at right now is how far ahead Kevin Brown gets.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm really going to keep in my little toolbox right now, is how far ahead he gets as he drives through that Ford Mustang pit car. That pace car, I mean. What a good looking machine.
Like he's going to get about 18 seconds or so, maybe 20. That's going to be close. I mean, it's because Falkenham's going to be clicking off about 2-second lap times on it. The major mess up was Robert Gillenwater. Lost all that time that he gained, or would have gained, on the short pit. All got destroyed. He lost 3 seconds. Folks, solid 2.5 seconds to Daniel Falkenham. And devastating. Just a devastating mistake. I mean, just like last week, Ryan Howard. Now, I'm going to go back on Ryan Howard. I don't know what happened to him at the end of the race or during the race, of why he left or what happened. He went on pit road. But if he would have stayed running and would have gained, because there was about 4 of the cars in front of him that were a lap down, if he would have passed those 4 other cars, because he didn't have damage or nothing on his car was still running good. Just he got like a lap down, a couple laps down. But if he'd passed those lap cars, guess what? He'd been in Final 4 this week. So I still to this day haven't really found out what happened, technical problem or whatnot happened there, so that took him out. But mental mistakes just all the time. And 14.5 second leads what Brown has, but that's going to be chewed up very fast.
Very, very quick. I think Daniel Falkenham right here is just going to be wide open. He's going to be on some David Comstock speed. He's going to wide open.
Well, now that Gillenwater is not near him, and that's just unfortunate on Gillenwater's part. I know he's probably beating the steering wheel to death. But we talk about it, championship, race, winning, any of that stuff, it's hard to win as it is. But when you make just small little mistakes, and even in real life, you make small little mistakes, it can cost you big.
Yeah, I mean,
he had to set up right. I mean, Gillenwater had to set up the way he needed to set up. And it's tough to get on pit road here. I mean, they're doing some high speed in these turns.
Yeah, and woeing that baby down, I mean, Joe, it's...
Oh, yeah. on
I
old
mean,
tires too, you know.
right, and that doesn't help either. And there's a lot of things that can come into factor, but it's just an unfortunate circumstance, and it needed to be executed, and it wasn't.
Now,
So,
here's the thing. Daniel Falkenham cannot let off the pedal here. And, I mean, neither can Kevin Brown, but Kevin obviously on an older set of tires. And that's going to hurt him. That lead's only down to 9.8 seconds now. But Daniel Falkenham has to pass Kevin Brown to win this championship. I think Kevin at this point maybe is hoping for a caution. That might help Kevin right now. I think a caution now because obviously he's going to come in for tires, which is going to force the hand of Falkenham to probably come in for tires too, because we've seen how much tires benefit.
right, and granted, he's on 10 lap old tires or so right now. We'll just round it to 10. I think that would be the smart play, would be to come down as well. But now he's got nothing but daylight in between himself and Kevin Brown. So we'll see how quickly Daniel Falkenham can make it through this. I mean, he made quick work of Doy Woods right there, as you see, and now he is way up ahead of him. But now
he's running about 1.5 seconds faster.
He's chomping at the bit right now.
Oh, yeah.
For Kevin Brown. He's got him in his crosshairs. We're too close for missiles. We're switching to guns, Joe.
Yeah, and like you just said, too, Daniel knows now he's got to just keep the pedal to the metal. I mean, there's no really saving tires at this point, or fuel or anything. And then Kevin, he's just got to, basically sit out there doing what he's doing. Keep smooth, keep on pace. Pray maybe something works out here and he brings it home.
Right, I think this is going to be a very long 23 laps here for us, Joe. I mean, golly, you know how it's been all season. We get all these situations brewing in our minds, and you see this, and you're just like, you just don't even know what's going to transpire and whatnot. So I'm just sitting over here.
Nobody's going to run out of fuel. At least we know that.
We'd like to think, but you never know, man. We thought cutting it in half at Auto Club 2 weeks ago would be okay, and then look at what happened.
Might get a cut tire.
Maybe some of those fans out there on iRacing throwing some trash out onto the track or something. We don't know how the fans are in iRacing. I've never experienced them, so who knows how rowdy they can get. But I imagine at the way some of these races have been going here for this league, these guys can probably get pretty rowdy.
And we talk about tire fall off. Falkenham was running 31.7s. Now he's running 32.3. Just within the last several laps. You can see how fast the tires do fall off. That might be the only hope that Kevin Brown might have. Problem is, there's only a 2.5 second lead between them. Is if those tires start to fall off and laps run. 20 laps still a long way to go. I think right now Brown probably would want a caution. Falkenham wants this thing to go green flag.
I think that's pretty close to kind of how either of these guys want it to fall out. Or finish out, I should say. Because there he is, Daniel Falkenham, coming off a 2 right there. You see him. He's in your rear mirror, Kevin.
And they're in the same team channel, too. So.
If that was the case with me, I'd be like cueing Jaws music right now.
I'd be like, look, man. It's going to take for you not to catch you.
I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you.
How much money is he going to take?
You got to win all the regular season stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't think regular season champion is a thing.
Not anymore.
That'd probably
you can
be
see
an
it right there. It's
interesting
closing
conversation.
in. He's right there.
He is getting closer. He's right there, man. Hard fought battle coming down to the end of the race. We'll see as he's nearing him, closing in on him on the backstretch right here, going into 3 and 4.
Yep, and there's the pass for the lead. The pass for the championship. Falkenham can stay right there.
Ooh, that was close. He almost brought that edge trimmer out to get the edge of the sidewalk right there. That was
Just
cool.
did a bump and run.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Should have done it. Nah. To a teammate, too, for a championship with this much time left, I don't think that's really in the cards. But if it was a teammate and there was like 2 laps left, oh, dude. Sayonara. Bye-bye. Yeah, we're teammates, but at the end of the day, we're both fighting for the same thing. I'm going to win. But that's not the case. He's got some time.
Now, a caution still would at this point benefit Kevin. Obviously, you're coming on pit road getting tires, and you're going to force the hand on Falkenham. Okay.
Right, and if he stays out and everybody behind him goes, he's going to be the biggest sitting duck I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, there's no way at this point that not everybody does not go on pit road.
Right, because then you factor in the pit times. Who wins a race off pit road? Someone has some difficulties getting into their pit box. Who knows what could happen?
Mm-hmm.
But nevertheless, we've got about 13 and a half laps or so to go here.
Robert Gillenwater's made it back up to third.
There he goes.
Yeah, just that mess up on pit road. You can see the gap between what that did. I mean, they were only 1 second between each other, and then that huge slide on pit road. Now it's 8 seconds back. And what you got to look at here too is lap time. Falkenham ran a 33:14. Gillenwater ran a 33:13. If they would have stayed, if this would have worked out like Gillenwater, let's say how it was supposed to be planned, and he would have been out front, because he should have been out front, in front of Daniel. It might not have been by much, but he still would have been out front. They would have been dead heat even. And that was why he would have done the short pit. But, like I say, sometimes mistake.
And I'm kind of curious, if it worked out for them, where they'd be in relation to each other on the track.
They'd be close. There'd probably be a 2 or 3 second gap between them. It would be close, because Falkenham obviously would have a lap newer tires. He'd probably at first gain a little bit back, but after a while, like I say, you see he's running 30. Gillenwater ran 33:15 to 33:17. So they're running almost identical times. So at some point they would just be right there, and it would be a case of whoever's in front of whoever. And if Falkenham hadn't caught him by the end and got in front of him, yeah. And that really was the plan. That was the ultimate plan of Gillenwater. That was why he short pitted like he did. He got close enough to him. Again, just heartbreaker mistake on pit road. And I know he's going to be kicking himself, but it happens.
Nevertheless, a good season, regardless. If he
absolutely
ends the season where he's at, that's a 3rd place finish in the points in the season. I think that's a good season, if you ask me.
Absolutely. I mean, he's still got a shot here. I mean, now he's 5 seconds back. It's going to be close. He's not making up that much time on Kevin. Kevin will have to probably make a little bit of a huge slip up here to maybe get up into that 2nd place spot. But you're right, yeah, to come out of here third, and then Kevin right here to come home in second. Talking to him out there. I mean, we still got 9 to go. We've seen weirder things happen.
We absolutely have, so. But nevertheless, we had a pretty good turnout tonight from those championship contenders. I mean, we got Daniel Falkenham out front right now. You got Kevin Brown in second. You got Robert Gillenwater there in third. And you got Scott Simley there in seventh, not second. Excuse me. I'm kind of wondering what Scott Simley's been going on with for tonight. I don't know if this track and him aren't really on the same page or friends or whatnot, but he's still turning out a pretty good finish. I mean, like I said, a top 4 finish in the series. That's a pretty good season since we've been going since Valentine's Day, man. That's a good season if you ask me. That shows that a lot of these guys play off that consistency and just being constantly good, and it pays off. And this, I feel like some of these guys that we got here in this championship for, that's how they play, and it goes to show that they do a great job of it and executing and making sure that they hit those marks and getting by with what they can and not really giving unnecessary, I'll say, unnecessary mess-ups.
Right.
These guys do a great job of it here. Not just these 4, but the whole league. A lot of them do a fantastic job. This is the best league I've been a part of competition-wise and week in, week out-wise. I think these guys are a great group of guys, and this season's just been awesome.
It has, so far. That man's trying to cap off an even awesome season by winning it here tonight, becoming the champ here at the Sim500 Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series.
Well, he's cut that gap between the two of them to about, I'll say 3.5-ish seconds between Kevin Brown and Robert G. But I don't think he can do it in 4 laps. But this guy, Daniel Falkenham, bringing her around, leading the pack, coming to 3 laps to go after this lap is done. Had a great regular season, had an awesome playoffs, championship, chase, whatever you want to call it. He's been good throughout since Valentine's Day. Like I said, that's when the season started. And here we are ending tonight, November 7th. And he's done a great job all season. Here he is again, trying to bring home a championship for himself.
Yes, he is. He got about 3 laps to get it done here at Atlanta.
Right, and I like how the series throughout the year kind of mirrored the big series in real life.
I found this on the web.
Siri found this on the web.
Ah, okay.
I don't know what she found, but she found it.
Found it.
Hopefully it's a ham with some pineapple.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I was like, oh goodness, I guess I was pressing the...
She's getting excited about the race.
Yeah, I found the victory lane speech there.
White flag one more time to cap off the season here for the Sim500 Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series. Daniel Falkenham just got to bring it around a couple more turns, and he's going to punch his ticket as the champ and the winner here tonight. He comes out 3 and 4, final time here at Atlanta. It's all Daniel Falkenham going to bring it home. Kevin Brown going to hang on to second. Robert Gillenwater will bring her home in third. What a finish out here to the season and race.
Right. I mean, seeing all the different pit strategies we had tonight, some hiccups here early. We got Jose getting a little loosey-goosey into the wall, getting into Tommy Ryan and Mike Kelly over there, and then we got some pit road faults, but regardless, an exciting race. Flag to flag, Joe.
Yeah,
here we go
absolutely.
again.
I'll tell you what, they getting good at that here.
They just keep, I don't know how they do it, but they just do it all the time. It blows my mind how frequently they can do that. And easily 3/4 of the season had to be flag to flag, Joe, if I had to guess.
Let's bring up third place man Robert Gillenwater here. Let's get a word with him.
Robert Gillenwater, Alex up the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I got you, man. Got you. Trying to get her parked in the pits here.
Well, here we are, championship night. You're in the top 4, coming home third place. How you feeling?
Well, I'm a little bit upset at myself, to be honest, man. That last pit stop, I don't know. I think I jammed it in the second. I think I hit a wrong gear and just totally spun out. And lucky I didn't get a penalty there, but I'd run Daniel down and felt pretty good and kind of shortcut him there to come in and pit. I actually thought we might have a slight chance at this thing, but just didn't work out tonight.
Right, and Joe and I were talking about that too, and how you were catching up to him a little bit towards the end of that run, and then you were right there, and just that unfortunate chain of events that happened right there when you're trying to come short pit him a little bit right there. But man, long season. Started Valentine's Day. I've said it a couple times here now. Started Valentine's Day, ended November 7th. How you feel about the season in general?
Honestly, man, I'm really stoked about it. Going back and looking at my stats from this season, the top 5s, the top 10s, I won a preseason race, but never captured the checker flag. But, man, we're just so consistent, and the help of my teammates, the Mafia guys, Jimmy Coleman and Joey Jatina and Bobby Bothas and Jason Barham and just so many guys. Mike Montesi's just, all that and the input, just, really couldn't be happier with the season.
Right, and I was talking to Joe about that earlier, about how some of you guys here at this top 4 are battling with just that consistency and showing up week in and week out and putting in the time and making sure you're hitting those marks in your races and doing a great job, and how it can pay off. And some of you here had that, and that consistency worked out just like you said. You brought it to the championship 4. You came home in third place. I'd say that's a pretty successful season if you ask me.
Well, compared to where I had been running, I'll be honest, I've been here for a couple of years and first came over, I was going laps down. And before this season, I just kind of made worked on some things, some technical things, my field of view, monitor, just really kind of paid attention and adjusted a lot of things. And it picked up my consistency so much. It was just like night and day. And running with these guys, there for a while, I thought, I'm just not good enough to be here. And I know people feel that way when they come in, but man, when you stick it out, you learn so much from these guys, and you don't understand. In my opinion, this is the best league in iRacing. I'm just so happy to be here.
Right, and like you said, man, it's just putting in that time and learning what you can from those around you and those that have been around for a little bit longer, and even some of those newer guys that come in. Everybody's got something to add to the pot, man. So anybody you want to give a shout out to for this third place championship finish here? Season?
Yeah, I definitely want to congratulate Daniel. Man, he's just, he's so good. Just hats off to him. Hats off to Kevin, pitting early there. I don't know if I hadn't made that mistake coming on pit road, I may have been there, may not have, but hats off to him finishing second. Scott Simley, I've raced with Scott for a long, long time in other leagues, and Scott's a class act, and Being racing with him, just awesome. But thank you guys for up in the booth. Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation for being on the car. Special shout out to John Mushton, Raging Cajun. He's putting some pieces together for us right now, and we appreciate him. And just can't say enough for the Ford Entertainment Group. This has been an awesome series, and without them, so anybody looking to get hooked up with a great PC to get into this great racing, holler at Jeff, those guys over there, and they will hook you up.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations. 3rd place on the season. Awesome race here tonight, and like you said, that consistency paying off for you and paying you dividends at the end, doing great for you, man. So congratulations again. Look forward to next season.
Yeah, I absolutely look forward to it, and want to thank you and Joe, OSRN. What a great job y'all do. Can't wait to go back and watch this thing, and just appreciate you guys a lot too, and thanks.
There you go. 3rd place man, Robert Gillenwater, bringing it home. Let's bring up 2nd place man, Kevin Brown, hanging on to it.
Kevin Brown, Alex of the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, so bringing her home 2nd place tonight. How you feeling after this race?
I'm feeling pretty good. Considering this is my rookie season in the Xfinity car, I kind of want to try something new and know these cars. It takes a lot more talent to drive, and this whole season I was learning how to, save the tire and work with the car the whole time. And beginning of the season wasn't looking so good, but I'm really surprised we ended up 2nd in the season.
Right, I'm looking at your stats here, and I was just having this conversation with Robert Gillenwater over there, and how I'm looking at your stats. You got no wins on the season, but you got 8 top 5s and 13 top 10s. So we were talking about that consistency, and that consistency that you had week in and week out in this season, all the way from back in February to now, is what paid off tonight and brought you home a 2nd place in the championship in your rookie season, man. How you feel about the season in general?
I feel pretty good about it, honestly. Like I said, at the beginning of the season, I don't know how I was feeling because we were really struggling on how to save the tire. And I think I finally figured it out once we got closer to the playoffs, and then we started clicking off top 5s, top 10s, and it started getting easier. And hats off to Daniel. Daniel is, oh my goodness, it was his season to lose. I thought maybe pitting early there and might have been able to one-up him. Hopefully he made a mistake or something, but, still got 2nd out of it. I'm pretty happy about it.
Right, man, and just goes to show that level of consistency, and once you get a little handle on these things, man, you do a great job of biting the bullet and making sure that you're hitting those marks and executing where you need to. And you definitely did a fantastic job of that. Like you said, it's your rookie season coming in here. You came into the championship Ford. You brought her home in 2nd place, man. So is there anybody you really want to give a shout out to for this awesome season and finish here tonight?
Yeah, of course. I'd like to thank Chris Caboo, Paint to Paint Scheme, for Entertainment Group for putting on the incredible season. OSR, y'all guys, for putting on a beautiful picture every week. And Sim500, and I can't wait for next season.
Awesome, man. Well, like I was saying, congratulations. Bringing her home 2nd place your rookie season. I mean, you can only get a little bit better than that, but 2nd place in your rookie season, I'd be feeling pretty good as well as you are, man. So congratulations again. Looking forward to next season with you guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
There you go, Kevin Brown, bringing it home. Nice run with this guy here. Domination. Daniel, Joy, the booth got.
Yes, sir.
Well, they can call you the champ now because you was able to cap it off. Now, gotta ask, was you a little worried there? Obviously, we wasn't in the car with you, but Robert Gillenwater there at the one point was running you down for a little mishap he had on pit road.
Yeah, that had me worried a little bit because there was something strange on the 2nd run where I don't know if it's just because the track got colder, unless it was something that I did, but for whatever reason, the car was just not turned for whatever reason, like it was early in the race. It wasn't as loose, probably because the track cooled down, but it's weird too because I had like 3 to 4 laps fresher tires than Bob as well, and yet he was somehow still running me down. So I was kind of shocked and I was confused at that point. So once he came down pit road, or once he attempted to pit, I was going to try to come down that next lap because I knew he was going to pass me immediately, and I was going to have a lot of to deal with on my hands. But I guess I heard that he spun out or something, I'd have to go back and look at what happened, but so yeah, that gave me a breather. So I decided to go do an extra lap to make sure I had a little bit more fresh tire to go catch Kevin, because I know he was gonna be a long way down the road because he pitted so early. But so I wanted to give myself the best chance possible after Robert had his mistake. So yeah, thankfully it all worked out in our favor there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, we were talking about 2 men, Alex, that you've had some amazing things work out. I mean, we ain't taking nothing away with the type of performance you put on week in and week out, but there are several races that you have brought home victory lanes by guys running out of fuel on the last lap. Tonight we were looking at here, I mean, obviously bringing home his championship and race. Gillenwater was there, and then just that mishap coming in on pit road. But then we watched the lap times at the end. If it would have played out like it probably should have, if there would have been no mistakes, and if he would have been in front, y'all's lap times were within 100 with each other, and it would have been a very, very tight race there at the end. But nonetheless, like you said, worked out for you. Came home, you're the champ all season long here, pulling it off for the Sim500 Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series. You got anybody you want to thank for an awesome win?
Yeah, I just got to thank First for B-Lops 207 for all their support. Got to thank Joey and all the admins who are on the show at Sim500. Got to thank Ford Entertainment Group for sponsoring the series. Feels good to win this. Won this championship 2 years in a row now. I got it last year and got it again this year, so it feels amazing. Got to thank everyone who comes out races each and every week. Thank all the admins as always again. Got to thank all my teammates at Team Name, David Comstock, Kevin DeBrown, and Doy Woods who raced with us tonight. Thanks to you guys putting on the broadcast, you guys covering the races all season long. And thanks to all the fans who watch each and every week. And thanks to my friends and family for watching as well. And hopefully this momentum carries us into tomorrow night. Hope we can go get the cup title as well. So good momentum on our side after tonight.
Hey, no doubt. Like you just said, man, I hope you give a good one-up for tomorrow night. But you're the two-time man here in the Xfinity Series at the Sim500. Again, congratulations on the win and the championship there, Daniel.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
There we go, Daniel Falkenhammer. What a season it was, and what it was to cap this thing off. Alex, man, it was a heck of a run all season long, and what a finish here tonight at Atlanta.
Yeah, man, it was a great season, starting all the way back ago in February. Feels good. Crowning a champ here, Daniel Falkenham. Definitely dominant all year. And you got some of these guys, like I was saying earlier, where they just show up and do good things and be consistent, and it pays off, man. That's awesome to see. So congratulations to Daniel Falkenham, and congratulations to everybody in the top championship 4 in the league in general, man. It was an awesome season. I'm looking forward to another one.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it was awesome there to look for the Sim500. Congratulations to Daniel Falkenham on the championship, and to Chad Coleman for winning the drawing for the top 8 in the championship drawing for the computer. Have it for myself and everyone here at the Sim500. Everyone, have a good night.